Hi everyone, this is Mark of TechPinas. So before anything, I want to thank all of you for supporting techpinas.com, and I want to invite you to also subscribe to the all-new TechPinas YouTube channel, which I will be beefing up with more useful and informative content moving forward. So I really hope that you can join me in this new adventure on YouTube. In this video, I will be unboxing the all-new Xiaomi Redmi 9A, which is now officially available here in the Philippines for 4,690 pesos. Xiaomi calls this its new entry-level king. Okay, so if you're interested, join me. Let's go! Okay, so as you can see, this is how the packaging looks. It has this plastic cover, so let's remove that first with our Swiss knife. Okay. 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 Yeah, let's remove this. And there you have it. Let's put this here. This is the official retail package of Xiaomi Redmi 9A here in the Philippines. So as you can see, it's a plain white box there with the image of the handset printed on the cover. Xiaomi branding here. Nothing at the back. Here we have the name of the model. It's the Redmi 9A. And you will also read the line, with easy access to the Google apps you use most. So obviously, Xiaomi is proud of the fact that their phones come with Google services right out of the box. Here at the rear, as you can see, what I have here is the Redmi 9A Graphite gray version with 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. And there you go, that's the phone, the Redmi 9A. Okay, there you go. Let's pull it out. And as you can see here, there's this protective sticker for the screen, and it also gives you some of the key features of this phone. So this one has a 6.53-inch HD plus dot drop display, and it also has a big 5,000 milliamp hours high capacity battery pack, and it's powered by the new MediaTek Helio G25 processor, which according to MediaTek is good for gaming for entry-level handsets. And finally, this phone has a 13 megapixel AI rear camera. Okay, so I'll remove the sticker later. So this is the back. Interesting design, right? Here, although it looks like a dual camera module, it's actually just one camera. It's a 13 megapixel rear camera, and it has an LED flash. And on this side, you have the Redmi branding. And I don't know if you can see, but this one has micro lines, which actually makes this design language possible, because this part actually doesn't have that. So it looks quite unique, right? So moving forward, on this part, which is the right side of the phone, we have here the volume rocker and the power button right there. And on the left panel, you have here the SIM card tray, which you can eject using the metal pin that's provided in the retail package. On top, or the top panel, here you have the 3.5mm audio jack. And finally, at the bottom, this is the microphone pinhole. In the middle, there's the micro USB 2.0 charging port. And these 3 holes are for the loudspeaker. Going back to the face, Above the 6.53-inch HD Plus display, there's a notch here, and this one houses a 5-megapixel f2.2 selfie camera. Okay, so I'll just put it down for now and show you the other stuff inside the box. So let's lift this. This is actually a paper sleeve, and it has contents. So at the back, you have the pin for ejecting the SIM card tray. That's how it looks. Okay, let's put it down. Okay. You have the user guide. So it's actually just a booklet, and it's quite thick because this already comes in multiple languages, I think. So if you have time, read it. But if not, I don't think you'll have any issues using this phone, because at this point, Android is already quite familiar with most of us. And this is the warranty card. Okay, so this is the travel charger. Mine has 2 rounded prongs, so I'm not sure if the official retail package for the Philippines will have this as well. But in case it does, then you will have to use an adapter for this so you can plug it to outlets here in the Philippines. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but this one has a 2A output. Finally, we have the micro USB 2.0 to USB charging cable. So you have the unit itself, the pin for ejecting the SIM card tray, user guide, warranty card, the travel charger, and of course the micro USB to USB charging cable, which you can also use for transferring content from the handset to a laptop or a desktop. Slowly. Okay, good. And now we're ready to turn on the phone. It says Redmi. So this phone runs MIUI 12 user interface on top of Android 10 operating system. So let's set it up. Choose our language to English, United States. Here you can actually change the font size, make it larger, or maybe just go back to the default size. So just move forward. Next, choose the country. So it automatically picked the Philippines, so that I'm good with that. Next, let's connect to our Wi-Fi network. Once connected, next. So these are the terms and conditions. If you have time, read those. Also the privacy policy and the user agreement. You have to insert the SIM card, but I'm gonna skip that for now. And the phone will check for updates. Here you can copy apps and data from your older phone. Since I'm just doing this unboxing, I'm gonna choose not to copy anything. Again, the phone will check for info and updates. And now we can finally log in to our Google account. So let me just do that. We have to agree to Google's terms and conditions. So agree. So now the phone will get my Google account info. Here, we can turn on or turn off Google services. So I appreciate all of these. So I'm just gonna keep them on or turned on. Accept. Okay, so this phone also supports Google Assistant. Next. So I'm gonna agree to this. Okay, so here we can add another email account, change the font size, change the wallpaper, or review the additional applications that are available. But I'm just gonna skip this for now. So this phone doesn't have any fingerprint scanner. Nonetheless, it still supports your legacy security features, like adding a password or passcode. So here you can set a password for unlocking the device. Okay, so these are additional settings for your location and also the other services that can help Xiaomi improve its user experience. You may choose to turn these off, but I want to help Xiaomi, so I'm just gonna keep these on. Here we can choose our theme, so it's either classic or limitless. I'm gonna try limitless. That's how it looks. Okay, next. Finally, the setup is complete. Okay. So we're finally inside. This is the MIUI 12 user interface. It's a home screen. So you have here the quick access buttons for your connectivity, including Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And what's nice is that it also has a screen record feature right here. So if you're a gamer and you want to record your game, you can just click on that. So now let's go to settings. Here, of course, you have the about phone. Okay, so this phone has 2 gigs of RAM, and it's also running on an octa-core processor, and it's the MediaTek Helio G25, which made the HD plus display resolution possible. And it's also what allowed this phone to have full HD 60 frames per second recording capability for the rear camera. So I'll talk more about that in a bit. Now for the internal storage, this phone has 32 gigs. But as you can see here, right out of the box, the phone has 20.56 gigs of available storage. Earlier, I said that this phone has a 13 megapixel rear camera. So this camera right here is also capable of recording full HD 1080p videos at 30 frames and 60 frames per second. So like what I mentioned, that was made possible by the MediaTek G25 processor. Now, for the front-facing camera, this one can take 5 megapixel photos, and it can also shoot full HD 1080p videos at 30 frames per second, which means that you can use it for vlogging. And if you're now trying to get into TikTok, you can also use this front-facing camera to shoot your videos. Okay, so now I'll talk about the dimensions and the weight of this phone. So the measurements of this phone are 164.9 millimeters, so that's the height. Now the width is 77 millimeters, and the thickness or the depth is 9 millimeters. The weight is 194 grams, and actually this phone is surprisingly thin and light for a handset that's powered by a very large 5,000 milliamp hours battery pack. So if you hate always charging your phone in the middle of the day or always carrying a large power bank just to be sure that your mobile device won't run out of juice on your way home at night from a whole day's work, then you will really appreciate that high capacity battery pack. I think that the 5,000 milliamp hours lithium polymer battery can easily deliver up to a whole day of battery life for most consumers, maybe up to 2 days if you're not really a power user. One of the best things about the 12 nanometer MediaTek Helio G25 processor that powers the Xiaomi Redmi 9A is that it's made specifically to make entry-level smartphones powerful enough for gaming. Alright, so to wrap up, is the Xiaomi Redmi 9A the right smartphone for you? Well, if 5,000 pesos is the maximum amount that you can spend on a new Android smartphone, and you are looking for a device that can let you play games, take photos, shoot videos, and also has a large screen that will let you enjoy TV series, movies, and also the photos of your friends on social media. And on top of all that, you want a phone that has really long battery life, then I certainly think that you should check out the Xiaomi Redmi 9A. And I think that if you will be upgrading from a feature phone to an entry-level Android smartphone, then you will certainly appreciate everything that this phone has to offer. Okay, so that's it for now. Again, this is Mark of Tech Pinas. Bye for now and see you again soon.